What's up, everybody? It's your favorite pesticides, favorite nerd, and today we are looking at the new Age PSI Commando, a whole bunch of words that I don't know how to pronounce. It's their Insecticons, right? From left to right, Shrapnel, Kickback, and Bombshell. At least that's my left to right. Insane Clown Posse may not know how magnets work. Sometimes I'm not exactly sure how mirrors work. This is on loan to me from Robert D, a dear friend of mine. I'm trying to get this review done so he can take all this stuff home in hand on Saturday. Today is Thursday, and Friday's not an option, so I'm burning the midnight oil. So you guys will have something to look at. Ignore the chart in the background. We will get back to that. It's for a sit-down Saturday that may have already happened. Maybe it hasn't. Either way, it'll make sense soon, or it already makes sense as it is. That's the beauty of that. Let's talk about accessories. First and foremost, they come with 3 Energon cubes, and they actually pick up the light quite nicely. If you look down specifically, that was just a screwdriver that I dropped, in this corner, they do, whatever materials they're made of, they do pick up the light and kind of push it forward. So they end up looking nice under harsh lights. Under regular lights, they kind of are fine. Pink squares, they'll do. However, they are huge for these guys, so keep that in mind. Shrapnel comes with a purple pistol. It's actually sculpted well enough, and he'll hold it just fine. Kickback comes with a gray pistol. Once again, surprisingly well sculpted given its size, and he'll hold it as well. And Bombshell kind of comes with his signature gun that does hinge in the middle so it can be used in both modes. Decent enough sculpt, and he'll hold it fine. So let's take a look at him. The head is on a swivel, so you get left and right. You got red metallic paint and silver metallic paint on the eyes, and then you have what looks like white paint on the pincers, or whatever these are, mandibles. Somebody will correct me. That's way more Ranger Rick than I am. We have a waist swivel. We also have his chest piece, which I think opens up. Yep. Which, obviously, for different reasons, but is reminiscent of the G1. Toy, anyway. The shoulders are on ball pegs. You get up to there and around. The elbows are on ball pegs, which get you a 90-degree bend, as well as a bicep swivel. Nothing for the wrist, and then you do have the gun sitting below on the forearm. No paint, with the exception of that gray, maybe, anywhere. So we have T-jointed ball joints for hips. That gets you out to there. Full Van Damme. Full Monty. Thigh swivel at a cut joint. Knee on a single hinge that gets you 90 degrees. Ankle tilt down. Slight up. And a slight rocker. And there Shrapnel is from the back. Little bit of business going on here, but the rest of it's pretty clean. Let's take a look at Kickback. Head, once again, on a swivel. The antenna, I'm sure move, but I'm not getting them to move, and I'm not going to force it. We have silver paint on the face, red metallic paint on the eyes. I'm guessing this piece opens up. It certainly does. Don't mind that. And once again, reminiscent of the G1. We have the wings. They seem to be pretty locked in place. Shoulders, 90 degrees on a ball hinge. Elbows, the same as Shrapnel, on a ball peg with 90 degrees. And this is a ball peg too at the shoulders. I think I said ball hinge. Nothing for the wrist. Same on the other side. Waist swivel. T-jointed ball joints for hips. Full Van Damme. Full Monty. No thigh swivel. You get it at the ball peg, so you get a slight one. And then you get a ball peg knee that will get you 90 degrees, as well as an ankle swivel, but you don't need it because the ankles plug in at a ball peg as well, which gets you an ankle tilt up, an ankle tilt down, and another rocker. And then there he is from the back. I'd say he's clean as a whistle. And Bombshell. Once again, head on a swivel. We got metallic paint on the eyes. Everything else is kind of standard issue. Let's see if his chest opens up. It looks like it does. I'm not going to force it. It looks like it does. Silver paint on the belly. And then we have some silver paint there on the chest as well, which looks nice. They went with the cartoon look. We have universals for shoulders. That gets the arms up to there and around. You get a reverse butterfly as well, surprisingly. Elbows are on a ball peg. They get you 90 degrees plus a bicep swivel. Nothing for the... Oh, no, you do get a wrist swivel on this guy. Make sure you don't get them on the other ones. I'm checking Kickback right now. negative, and I'm checking shrapnel right now, negative, at least in terms of my tolerances and what they will allow. All right, that gets you down to the hips. T-jointed ball joints get you the full Van Damme, the full Monty. You get a knee bend, double jointed where the ball peg connects to the thigh for a great range. Ankles, tilt down, nothing really for a tilt up, and a rocker on the toe tilt, which is a cheat, but we'll take it. All in all, works pretty well. The thigh swivel is on the ball peg, and then round here, pretty clean on the backside. You do get a waist swivel. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. All in all, they're pretty well done, but they are tiny. How tiny, you ask? So this is the Dx9 Scale Chart. For those that don't know, if I haven't got the video out yet, it's pretty much done exactly to ratio in terms of legends. Measured to prime and then correlated to other bots. Now I don't have the information with me, so I am going to try to put it side by side to give you an idea as to whether or not this is accurate. But as you can see, they come up to about the bottom of the shoulder on Jazz and then the eye line of Cosmos. Just to keep it in perspective, there is the Tarn from Iron Factory and the old school Blaster from Iron Factory. So they are little. I'm going to show you what the Magic Square scale chart is like. There it is with the Magic Square scale chart. And they actually scale decently with that. Let's transform Bombshell. So you want to move this whole piece down. This piece here you want to spin around and then fold back up and fold the arms underneath while spinning the legs, or at the kind of waist swivel 180. Bring the legs out, open this flap here, fold the foot down, legs out. I'll tell you what, these little toys, they're trying to kill my fingers in this. And then bring the foot down, roll the leg back onto itself, and then connect. And then you want to insert the gun into this little port that you have here. And there's a little buggy bug. Let's do kickback. Turn the head around. Open the chest cavity up, push out on all of this stuff here, open up your bug arms, close it up. Actually, you can close this chest up. I thought you would need it for transformation, but you don't. Move this back, which kind of gets you a reverse ab crunch, I guess, if you want it. Move these arms down. Be mindful as you move them. You want to kind of make sure that they sit straight underneath them. They have a tendency to kind of pop off the ball peg, but as you move them down, you want this peg to kind of center up there, and that's how you know you kind of have it right. Now you got something that looks like this. As bizarre as that is, you can bring these legs out. They double hinge, and then you pretty much just sort them so that they fit like a little bug legs. Right? I think so, anyway. And that's this fella. And then for shrapnel, you want to open up the chest piece, bring out this piece that's just purely kind of to cover the face, and bring these guns down on his arms. They'll extend. And you can also extend the feet so that they're straight. This next step isn't covered in the instructions, but spin the waist 180, and then you want to separate the lower legs. And from what I can tell, you just want, it's a little bit kind of unsettling. It doesn't feel finished, but bring the bottom part towards the front. Spin the top part on a ball peg. Good chance it might come undone. And they just kind of sit there on top, which feels a little bit unfinished to me. I'm not sure if I had that 100% correct. I will double check. Open this up, spin the top one. See, I have a hard time believing that that's the way to do it, but I can't see of any other way. Rotate the bottom piece down. this can then tab together. And then if yours is like mine, and it's it's fair that I may have just spun it the wrong way. I might have zagged when I should have zigged, you know what I mean? And you can also extend these kind of insect arms here. And then the last thing you want to do is make the hands grab these pegs that are down here on the thighs, and that does kind of fill out, that gap a bit, which is nice. So, stuff just falling off of ball pegs. But I'll get it cleaned up and we'll take a look at all three. So here they are. Shrapnel pretty much has the pincers that move. This part seems a little incomplete to me, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Kickback, you have the leg movement, and then the ankles and stuff, and the little arms up here, and then the wings do move. And then Bombshell, you pretty much just have this, and then these legs can move out to the side, but I'm not sure why you'd want them to. But they are a fair amount of kind of cutesy fun, if that's your bag, but I'm not sure if it's mine, and they're awfully little. I mean, now I do have a big hand, girl, but that's all three in the palm of my hand with room to spare. I haven't even gotten into this bad boy here, this whole little pad right here. You could put something right there, I'm pretty sure. Or in other words, tiger tracks. Final thoughts wise, we'll talk about the negatives. They're awfully little. As a result, they're a little bit fiddly. Things have a tendency to kind of pop off. They're kind of more sophisticated in their design than they are in their actual existence, if that makes sense. So some of the stuff that they have going on is a little bit more advanced for exactly how little they are. But that's kind of the charm of all this. And it's kind of like the thing that works against them is also the thing that works for them. The fact that they're so little makes you want to be fairly forgiving of all of their shortcomings, so to speak. Because it's oh, what do you want from them? They're just little Insecticons. And even at their little size, they have a ton of articulation. They have some interesting engineering. They even come with accessories, and as if that wasn't enough, they come with a few more accessories that play into a larger world for your potential shelf. They're moderately affordable, given what they are. So maybe we should give them a break. And I'd have to admit, at the end of the day, I kind of agree. They're not perfect. They're far from it. But maybe we should give them a break, because they're a good bit of fun, and what they do manage to pull off is quite impressive given their overall size. Add that, along with a fair amount of paint apps, some pretty sophisticated engineering in regard to articulation, and a fun element that has been missing in a lot of the stuff we've been looking at recently. And I'd say that if you're okay with the scale, you'd probably be okay with the product. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.